So Microsoft and Bing are rolling out ChatGPT much faster than I expected. So this is kind of cool. I haven't been to Bing in forever, first of all. So they give us some suggestions here. If we click on chat up here at the top, it's going to tell us we have like a wait list and all that. So I am on the wait list. You can click and, maybe you have a Microsoft account already. But anyway, you can click. Maybe you can access it faster, perhaps, if you put the app on your computer, but I'm not going to do that. I don't care that much, but you could check that out if you want to. So we're going to pop back and just kind of play around with it. And the thing is, they give you some suggestions here. So let's go back to the homepage. Basically, this video, we're going to play around with what we have access to right now. So there is some chat capability, but it's not exactly what you think. And hopefully in a few days, we'll be able to get access to it. So they give us some suggestions here, like I'm planning for a trip for our anniversary. What are places we can go within a 3-hour flight from London, for example? Arts and crafts for a toddler with cardboard boxes, plastic bottles, string, and blah, blah, blah. So they give us some suggestions, plan a workout, all that kind of stuff. So let's do this trip planning thing. So we'll click trip and try it out. So it gives us some suggestion here, which is kind of cool. They actually link to some stuff, and you'll see over here on the right, there's a panel that tells us kind of in a chat format what's going on. Now, who knows if they're making it look like a chat just for the effect. Maybe this is all just packaged and they just, throw the data out. So that's cool. We get some idea here and we can say, hey, thanks. That's pretty helpful. Let's keep going with it here. Oh, so again, we don't have access. We're going to have to bounce out of here. Now we're already on the wait list, as I mentioned, but let's click on, actually, I'm not 100% sure how I got to the old spot. How can I book a flight? So when I click on that, does it tell us anything more? No, kind of craps out. Let's chat. Okay, so not going anywhere here. And I actually have this other window open. So at some point you can get over here, and I'm trying to figure out how I ended up getting that. So I'll say, thank you. That's very helpful. And it kind of died. So we're going to roll with it. We'll come over here and we have different options. So they give us creator prompts, and I apologize. I'm not sure how I got over here before, but I think if you click around, you can eventually get to that point. Oh, maybe you click chat. They keep leading us down this route. So I'm going to move on and we're going to hop over here, and eventually you can get to this, by the way. So they'll give you many options, and here we have write a blog post comparing noise canceling headphones, and it wrote this whole blog post. So actually pretty long, pretty thorough. They actually give us, this is called markdown text. So you actually could plop this into WordPress or another word processor, and most of the time they're going to be able to understand the markdown text, which is pretty cool. So they have some other popular items here. So we'll say, write a summary of the steps needed to solve a system of equations, blah, blah, blah. So it'll give you this whole little description here and a summary about solving systems of equations, which, I barely remember how to do this stuff. And I'm a nerdy math person. So pretty interesting, and it's still going on and on and on. And let's do a movie. So we'll say, and I'm just clicking on these. These are samples, so we can see what it can do. So it says, write an intro for my travel video about surfing on Oahu's North Shore. I'm Chris, and this is Chris Tries New Things. And it actually goes on for a pretty long while here. And we have a script. We have a shot of Chris standing on the beach with a surfboard looking at the waves, and it goes on and on with the script. Looks like a few hundred words here, and this is just an intro for the movie. As I mentioned, I'm just clicking on the samples here, so I don't think we can actually change stuff. I'm going to click on summary again. So write a summary of the history of Rome suitable for a 10-year-old. And I'm just curious what happens if I actually try to edit this. So we'll see what happens after it comes up with this description. So instead of a history of Rome, we'll put Paris and then see what happens. Okay, so if I do that, it actually kicks us back to the normal Bing search results, which is fine, although not what we're looking for. And then if I click on chat, it just kicks me back over here. So if we roll back to the basically sort of like the chat area that's fake, we're going to end up with just a bunch of preset things in here that, it's not actually useful because we can't, unless we're looking for that specific thing. It's just an example. So we'll click on the joke and we'll wrap it up here. So knock, knock, who's there? Chicken. Chicken who? Chicken who crossed the road to get to the other side. So I would say that's a pretty weak joke and, well, kind of terrible to end on. So let's do a story. So write a story for children about a dog who likes to run fast and perform circus acts. So we end up with a short little story here. And I would say, I'm excited to see what Bing is going to do. I actually haven't used Bing I don't even remember if I've ever used it. We'll see how it shakes out, but it's pretty cool that the chat capability looks like it's going to be largely available on Bing, and I'm interested what Google is thinking about this. Now, Google, they're not bad at software. They've been doing AI stuff behind the scenes for a while, and they have just a shitload of data. So I'm curious to see, when Google is going to roll out its AI, if it's going to happen much sooner now that Bing and Microsoft and OpenAI are rolling out their solution. I wonder if basically it's going to force Google's hand to roll out this stuff pretty quick. It could dramatically impact search results and, website traffic, that sort of thing, based on what happens potentially in a very short time frame. If you have any thoughts or questions or anything like that, leave a comment. Would love to hear what you think. And I have a free set of resources for using things like ChatGPT, other AI tools, and it's 100% free. There's a link in the description. All you have to do is put in your name and email address so I can send you an email to let you know how to log in. It's behind a course platform, which is just the easiest way for me to release that information, but it's like my own personal notes and it's stuff that I don't release over on YouTube. So would love if you checked it out.